Hello and welcome to today's episode of Focus Atlanta. I am your host, Keisha Lancelin. Thanks so much for tuning in with us this Sunday afternoon. In our first segment, we're going to talk a little bit about food and allergies. I'm here with Dr. Gupta. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Now, this is a pretty scary topic for parents because often they don't know a child has an allergy until they have an allergic reaction. What kind of tips do you have?
Yeah, so, food allergies are getting more common. 1 in 13 kids have food allergies, about 2 in every classroom. So it is happening more and it is scary. So, and now with parents introducing allergenic foods for prevention to infants earlier, many of them are seeing reactions happen. So very, very important to know how to recognize an allergic reaction. I think that's step one. What does an allergic reaction look like? And for those young babies, 2 of the main areas that we see them have reactions in is their skin. Mm-hmm. So hives, a rash, itching, but that can look different in different skin tones, which is very important, and it doesn't have to happen. The other one is GI. So often these young infants have vomiting. And then respiratory. So, excessive coughing or wheezing, you'll start hearing. And then because young infants can't talk to you, you have to look for that, fussiness in them, or excessive fussiness, or tiredness and lethargy. So those are kind of the most common symptoms that people should be aware of.
Wow, I'm not a parent, but I can't imagine how scary that might be for a parent testing it on an infant. What are you asking your physician? What are you asking the pediatrician about, when you can start trying to introduce these things? Because I just can't even imagine how scary that is.
It is. But I don't want parents to be scared. So, what's important to note is, starting feeding with your infant, most kids do great. So majority will be able to eat these foods just fine. And introducing peanut products early for infants is really important because it can prevent them developing a peanut allergy. So, early when they're starting to eat, start with fruits, vegetables, whatever, you want, and then quickly get into things like egg and peanut products. And the earlier you do it, the better chance they'll be able to tolerate it because their body will recognize it.
Okay, so are there any indicators? Does it matter if the parent at once was allergic? Does it matter if their siblings were or were not allergic? Do those things take any part in this?
Yes, they do. So very important, identifying family history. The other really important area is if their baby has severe eczema. So really dry, scaly, itchy, excoriated skin. So if that is the case, then those are risk factors. So definitely go to your doctor and talk to them before introducing. Most kids will still be fine introducing. But get to an allergist, especially if you're worried.
And do you have any place that we could go for research or tips? Is there a website that we could maybe look on? Because again, I can't even imagine how scary this might be for a parent. They want to do as much research as possible.
Oh, definitely. But more than that, I just want to mention, if your baby has been diagnosed with food allergy, I'm a mom of a child with food allergy. So I don't want it to be scary because they can live their best life. And I think importantly, getting to your doctor and making an action plan and carrying 2 epinephrine auto-injectors. And if your baby is, an infant or toddler, then an Auvi-Q, because it's the only FDA recommended auto-injector for that age. And it talks you through how to give it and when to call 911, and really just increases your confidence in being able to manage your food allergy. So I definitely, don't want to leave your viewers in fear because kids can live confidently with food allergy, and you can too. You just have to know the steps. And now, with prevention and new treatments, there's a lot on the horizon. But your original question, where can you go? Definitely go to your doctor, most importantly. And then also you can get great resources at foodallergygameplan.com.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. And you know what? Thank you for saying that we don't have to be scared. You don't want the parents to be fearful. You just want them to be knowledgeable to do the right thing for their kids. I love it. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, parents. I can't say it any better than Dr. Gupta. You don't have to be afraid, but you do have to be educated. You do have to be knowledgeable. Take the opportunity to visit the website and learn more. Thanks so much for tuning in to this segment of Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.